you're at the point in the college essay process where you've defined your personal brand and you've brainstormed your content, you might think you're ready to write. But before you do that, we recommend taking a few moments to outline your essay. This will ensure that your first draft is cohesive and well organized, which will save you time in the long run. As always, we have some simple, customizable tools that will make this task quick and easy. Here at Prompt, we've identified 2 basic structures that lead to compelling personal statements. Keep watching for a quick rundown of each one, and make sure you stick around to the end where we'll show you a free resource that will make this process even easier. Let's start with the journey structure, named for the hero's journey, which is a common structure used in books and movies. This structure works best for students who can point to a single experience that set them on a journey of learning or personal growth. This structure is based around 5 sections. But before you get flashbacks to those 5-paragraph essays you were asked to write in English class, rest assured we'll tell you exactly what goes in each section. We'll start with the introduction, or hook, that's going to reel the reader in and make them want to read more. You should start the essay with a brief scene or a moment that's related to the experience that kicked off your journey. A bit of a warning. It's common for students to pick a story from their childhood for this part of the essay. While it's possible that you might include some context from your childhood a little later in the essay, keep in mind that the reader will be most interested in learning who you are now. Starting the essay with a scene from your childhood could cause them to lose interest before they really even get into your story. Next, we'll move into the body of your essay, and we'll call this part Section 1. This is where you'll set up the theme of your essay by providing any necessary background information. The goal here is to help the reader understand who you were before your catalyst moment. This section should be kept fairly brief, especially any details from your childhood. Then we'll move into Section 2. This is the during portion of your journey, where all the important things happen and you took the steps that led to your growth. It may or may not be a continuation of your introduction story. The key here is to focus on the steps you took to learn, change, and grow. Once you've explained what it took for you to become this new version of yourself, you can prove it in Section 3. This is where you'll write about your thoughts and actions to show how you've changed or what you've done as a result of your experiences. Finally, you're ready to wrap up your essay in your conclusion. This is where you'll reinforce your essay's theme by summarizing your growth and describing any of the insights you've gained. This is also your chance to give the reader a glimpse into your future by describing any actions you plan to take in college as a result of what you learned, or how these experiences have better prepared you to succeed in college or in your chosen career. Not too bad, right? We encourage you to like this video and return to it as you're working through your draft. You might even stop and start it as you write each section. And remember that we'll show you a free tool that will streamline your writing process at the end of this video. But before we do that, let's go through the second structure we recommend to students, which we call the theme structure. This structure might work well for you if you don't have one single experience that motivated you to change, but you can still track the ongoing growth you've experienced through a series of events. In this structure, you'll be telling multiple stories that you'll connect under one main theme. This theme should be related to your personal brand, or the unique way in which you demonstrate one or more of the 5 key traits colleges look for. First, you'll choose a scene for your introduction that drops some hints about what's to come. That will help you set up your theme. The body of your essay should consist of 2 to 4 paragraphs that each contains an experience or a mini story that relates to your theme. Some of the details that are most likely to be included in each section could be: what was the situation? What actions did you take? What was the impact of your actions? What did you learn about yourself? What does this experience show about you that relates to your theme? The conclusion will be similar to the ending of the journey structure in that you'll reinforce your theme and why it's important to you, and/or how the experiences you've discussed have prepared you to succeed in college and beyond. Let's do a quick case study. Let's take a student who's a dancer and who has realized that physical gesture allows them to communicate and help others. That's a strong personal brand which will become the theme of their essay. But which structure should they pick? Maybe they can point to one catalyst moment that set them on their journey. Maybe it was a choreography project where they recognized how effective it was to use movement to communicate a message. From there, maybe they researched other ways that movement could be used to communicate, which led them to take an online ASL course. Now, maybe they use their skill for movement to communicate with both audiences and members of the deaf community in a volunteer position. These experiences comprise a chain of events that show growth, which tells us that the journey structure is probably going to be the most effective. But if they have a series of seemingly unrelated experiences that can all be connected under a main theme, that might indicate that the theme structure could be a better choice. For example, maybe they communicate through dance performances, but they also help toddlers to communicate using a system of physical gestures they came up with in a babysitting job, And they studied animal behavior and training and used movement to communicate in that role as well. As promised, we have a free resource that's going to make this process a whole lot easier for you. When you're in your prompt account, which you access by going to myprompt.com and clicking sign up, head to brainstorm essay ideas. Now from here, you have to first go through the application plan in order to start your outline. Once you've completed the application plan, you'll be able to access the personal statement outlining module. The first step to this is reviewing your experiences. Now the great thing about this is these are your own experiences. You will have generated them by going through the experiences brainstorm, which is a part of the previous module. So then it will ask you a series of questions about your experiences. Now you'll be asked to finalize your experiences. Based on how you just answered the previous questions, the system will recommend an experience that might be a great option for you to write about in your personal statement. So I'm going to select both of them because I think both of them could tie together really well. So now we'll be able to start the outline. I'm going to select the Common App, which is what most of you will probably end up using. And then the system will recommend a prompt that might tie in well with the experience that you selected. And now the system will recommend a structure for you based on all of those questions that you've previously answered. In this case, I am going to go with the theme structure, and it will ask me again to finalize my experiences. So studying sustainability showed my initiative. I showed initiative in volunteering at the nature preserve, but I also showed initiative in starting a business. So I think those could all connect into a theme structure. It will ask you to write out your theme, and there are tips here and examples. So in this case, I'm going to go with the theme, I take the initiative to improve and promote sustainability in several different areas of my life. This module will show you exactly what to write in each section of your outline. And then once you're finished, you'll end up with an outline that can be easily translated into a compelling first draft. Make sure you're subscribed to our channel and that you're following us on social media